Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name is Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and my Dreamers Designs paintings are here. So I purchased two Dreamer Designs paintings near Black Friday. It wasn't actually on Black Friday, but it was a buy one, get one. I think it was 60% off when I bought it. I think they did do a buy one get 70% off on Black Friday, and I think I've since seen buy one get one 50% off. But yeah, I got buy one get one 60% off, so I thought, why not? I have recently finished a Dreamers Designs painting. Oh, I do have two in here. I thought I only had one in here then, the way the invoice read. No, there's definitely two. I have recently done a Dreamers Designs painting that I got back in 2020. It was a square painting from them. It was Contemplation by Anne-Marie Bone. Gorgeous image. However, when the canvas arrived, I did actually kit it up at the time, and it really struggled with the symbols on the canvas. Now, they did try sending me the schematic via PDF. However, the symbols were actually different to what was on my canvas, and it was even more confusing to try and work from a PDF to a canvas that had symbols on it. So they were good enough to send me a replacement canvas, which the symbols were better. They still weren't ideal, but they were better, and I was able, there was only I think two symbols that I struggled with. Two symbols that I really couldn't see with my light pad on, but they were different colours. There was two green symbols that were very close to each other, but if I paid attention, I was able to work out one of them fairly easily, and therefore the ones that were left were the other one. And the main problem was my light pad on, which we use the light pad, especially in the UK, especially in winter, because you can't see the symbols properly otherwise, and this one actually made it worse. At the time, I was working full time. There was no way I could have a diamond painting that I'd paid a higher amount for than some other cheaper canvases. So in effect, I'd bought a premium canvas and I wanted premium quality, which meant I didn't want to be limited to only working on it at weekends. So they were kind enough to send me a replacement, but I have heard that things have improved since. And now I have completely finished that canvas and loved it. I do want to see what their new canvases are like. Nearly 3 years later, at least 2 years later, probably 2.5 years since I got the first one. Yeah, I want to give them another go and see what they're like. Well, I want to give them 2 goes and see what they're like. So the two paintings that I picked up are these two, which you can't tell anything from the front. So they are different boxes. Now, whether that means they were produced at different times, I don't know. It doesn't, I'm having a nosy because at the bottom it does tell me the picture on the bottom. It doesn't have any dates on it in relation to when it may have been created. So I'm going to open the Anne-Marie Bone one first. So many of her paintings caught my eye. Some of them are very similar, but also very different. It's weird to describe. Her art is similar and it all catches your eye, but the images are different, and there's different parts that, you know, can attract you based on that. So it is winter in the UK now. It is evening time. I do like the fact they have a little carry handle though. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at these. I am then going to pause the video and I'm going to go and see what they are like on my light pad, because I am not likely to do these straight away. They are likely to go into my ever-growing stash. I do like the fact that Dreamers Designs put them in this nice canvas bag. I feel like this is really nice if, say, you work on a large painting but maybe not so often and like to roll it up and put it away. This is a really nice bag to put it away in. It's also a nice bag to keep it clean while you're waiting to do it. And yeah, it can be a nice bag if you decide to put it away when you've finished. I also do love, this is so soft, their bags. I think this, I definitely got one with my last one. I'm pretty sure I got something very similar, if not the same as this. So let's have a look what we get in their toolkit. Now, I do have, this is a round painting, but I do get some of those cheaper baggies, but a fair amount, which is good. Oh, I get a plastic straightener, a 3-placer. I think that's a 6-placer. Just trying to see if there's any more placers. No. So you do get a selection of placers. I like the fact you get a straightener. It's very rare that you get that. I have got 2 pens. So one of them comes with the brass tip single placer, and one of them comes with like a complete unit tip placer. You still need to put wax in them both. You get 2 squishy grips for your pens. You get 2 of these nicer white trays. They do have Dreamers Designs on the back. And you get, in this one anyway, you get 2 pots of wax. They have, do they just have 1 disc in? Yeah, they have 1 disc of wax. Quite a thick disc of wax, which is good. But you get 2 of those. And you get a set of Dreamers Designs metal tweezers, the nice sharp ones. So nice toolkit all around as far as toolkits go. Though I don't use a toolkit that comes with a kit. I use my own goodies. So first canvas, oh, it is a soft backed canvas. I'm pretty sure that was not the case last time. The diamonds, it is a round one. The diamonds are in bags, so that's all the colours. We do have some ABs. We have what looks like a white, a yellow and a green AB. But I'll have a look at the canvas first. It's cutely wrapped in purple ribbon. Now it's hard to tell whether this is going to be visible on the light pad because I'm under lights at the moment. It does feel different to the last canvas that I had, in the fact it doesn't quite feel as plasticky. The symbols look clear, however they looked fairly clear when I unboxed the other one until I tried to do it on a light pad. So there is a couple that I am wondering what they'll look like on a light pad, but I say I will report back once we've opened them up. Oh, you do get stickers for kitting up. You get them in a strip. These are actually on a really nice sticker in the fact that they are glossy on the top. It's more of a tough sticker. You could wipe over this. Like you could possibly get this damp without it making a mess. Oh, we do actually get 4 ABs. So we have we actually have a pale pink AB as well. So I'll have a look at the codes for those in a minute. And then we have, it's on a foam roller with a leaflet. But that is the image I got. I know it's more trees. It's very similar. It's similar yet different to what I had before. It is an 80 by 60. Say it is trees, but I just thought it was beautiful. It is very confetti heavy. These trees are made up of so many different colours, but that is what gives them the look that you can see. And as I say, I did have this on my last one. Very, very confetti, which is what caused the symbols to be a problem. But I'm hoping that if they have fixed the symbols, then this will just be a dream confetti canvas to work on. I mean, even here, look, full on confetti. I think, is there anywhere that I have like a chunk of colour? Maybe in this tree trunk, though there is still about 6 or 7 colours in that tree trunk, but there are a few more little strips of blocks. So the pale pink, is there any one particular place that the pale pink is? I did find with the last one, the ABs were very scattered, but looked really nice. So no, we have the pale pink mixed in here. There's some in this, there's some up here, there's some over here. Yeah, no, they're scattered. Pretty much wherever you see the likes of a hot pink, there will be a pale pink near it with ABs. So very much scattered across the canvas. Same for the white. So I'm seeing white down here in some of the flower bundles. It's also in this ray of light. Up here, there's also some scattered in the tree up here. Is there some over there? Probably. They're not, oh yeah, there is the odd one over there as well. Sometimes it takes a little bit for it to jump out at me. But yeah, there's quite a few of the white ABs and the pink ones mixed in there. Then we have like the pale yellow AB. We have some of this I've just spotted here, some up here, quite a few bits in here and up here. Trees wise, there is probably some. I am just not necessarily seeing them. There's a few more down here. In fact, they're scattered throughout these sort of flower-ish sections, forest floor. And then we have 3, which is the lime green AB. Yeah, that's scattered in the green over here. It's scattered down here. In fact, it's scattered all the way through all this greenery and stuff down the bottom. It's also scattered all up here in this sort of greenery and all up the top. So the AB, very much like the last Anne-Marie Bon one I did, is very scattered, which is nice. I was very, very impressed with the way their ABs were, especially on an image like this that is so full of colour. I think it just really made the whole thing sparkle. So as much as I have just not long finished my last Dreamers designs that included trees and flowers, albeit a slightly different setting. So even though this is very, very similar to the last one I did, I would have no problems if my decision wheel chose this one again, because that is looking beautiful. Beautiful. So let's have a look at my second one, and then I will toddle off for a moment and check my light pad. But I'm pretty sure the back of my other one wasn't as soft as this. I think I don't have the other one. Oh, I do. I do. This is the one I completed. I didn't think I had it handy. So the canvas last time, and this will be very hard potentially for you to see, but the canvas last time was very, very thick. Like, it's like, the best way I can describe this is a waterproof type walking jacket. This is the outer lining. You know where you have, not a fleecy jacket, you can sometimes have a fleece liner for them, but the outside of the jacket, this is very much like that. It's not soft on the back, it's really thick, and I don't know if it was the thickness that made some of the very small and faint symbols really hard. So the ones I really struggled with, you might have to turn your head sideways, was this number 6 and the 904. So the 904 I was just about able to make out, but these two were always close together. So I had to make sure that I did the 904 first, and then what was left was the 905. The other one I really struggled with was this 6660 or O. That one was really hard to see. The M, not as much. The 0 is definitely the worst one of them. Now, whether that was that they put a white number where they should have really put black, or whether it was the canvas itself, I'm not sure. But they're the two I really, really struggled with. But you can see the ABs that they scatter throughout them, and indeed scatter throughout the trees as a speckling, is really, really nice. So yeah, this was my other Anne-Marie Bon one. It was not soft on the back, and this one is definitely thinner. While it still feels nice quality, it is thinner than this. So I'm very hopeful that it's not going to be an issue. And the only reason I'm going to make sure that I check is because in the past it has been. So, and I've not had it from any other company, you see, which is what's, but then again, I've not had that type of canvas from any other company that I'm aware of yet, unless it's in my stash and hasn't been touched. So that was painting number 1. And then, because it'd be rude not to get a second with 60% off, and I was very tempted, I nearly got another second Anne-Marie Bone painting. I think I will have to get in at this end. This is in effect the bottom, but I still think it's going to be the easiest. I did find another artist piece of work that I really liked. In turn, they did both end up being round. Last time, my contemplation one was square, but I had no problems with the squares at all. So I'm more than happy whether it be round or square. I actually don't have many large round paintings in my stash, so it's not a bad thing. So we get a second toolkit. We have a second canvas, and we have a second set of diamonds. So we do have a different look to this one, as you can probably tell by the colours. We do have some ABs. I'm seeing a turquoise AB in there and some white AB, but definitely a different colour palette. We do have a little bit of sort of more muted oranges, or we have a pink as well. So there's your white, pink, turquoise, oh, and a red AB. So they're all ABs, but it's definitely more of a muted colour palette on this one than the bright of Anne-Marie Bone. So this one is upside down. It's upside down. This one is the Scale Trellicace. This is by Guido Borelli. So there you go, because I've probably hashed the name, but look at that scene. So it is like, I don't know, a little village, valley, not a valley, but a little side street or street. I just thought it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I do get the stickers and a set of how to diamond paint instructions, and of course a pool noodle. It is the same type of canvas as the other one, but this one is a 90 by 60, so this one is bigger. Oh, but I do even I'm drawn to the tree in that one as well. There is so many different beautiful colours in that. And then we've got, of course, the rooftops and the pops of red. Just to show you right from the top part, and then I'll just scoot it up and tuck it up on my desk, and that's your street. I'm really quite excited to see where the ABs are on this one. So we have a white AB. Oh, that's in quite a few places. So we've got all the light part here. It's in some of the strips here. It's in some parts up here. This is a little bit more blocky AB, I would say. The pale side of the building here has some of the ABs. So does some of this lighter part here. Also this light part round this door, and quite a bit on this light part over here. So there's quite a bit of the zero. Then there is still the odd bits in the paving as well. Then we have a pink AB. So that is their AB 22. We have some of that scattered in this roof. It's scattered in this big roof and in this roof. Mainly seems to, oh no, we've got some in the flowers down here and some in the flowers down here and up here. So that's sort of a scattering in with those flowers. We'll move on to the red one, because I think, or is it actually going to be in the same places? Sometimes I need to see the symbol on the canvas before I can figure out where it is everywhere else, because the shading can vary slightly. Oh, that's why, because I'm reading it as H, but it's actually not. It's an I with a top and a bottom. Anyway, so the red is scattered more in the red flowers. So it's scattered in here. There is a little bit down here, but not as much. It is scattered at the top here. Again, not all the way through on the H, but there is a scattering, or the letter I, sorry. There is some in this red. There is some scattered in these down the side and this here. I'm trying to see if there's any across. There is the odd little bit in the bottom down here, but very sparingly in the red down there. Actually, the tops of these chimneys are that red AB. So yeah, they're dotted about. And then we have a blue AB. It's like a turquoise blue. Where's that one? Are we going flowers or are we going tree? Oh, we're going tree. So there is a scattering in the bottom of the tree here, and some scattering further up in the tree, and quite a bit in this top section of the tree. So there's a scattering up there, but then there is actually a scattering in some of this greenery around the houses. Around the houses, around the little side parts. So yeah, quite a nice scattering of ABs on that one as well. And I think that is going to look absolutely gorgeous when it's done. I'm really happy that I chose this one as well. So let me go and check them both on my light pad, and I'll come back with my verdict. I'm back. So I will say I'm a little bit disappointed. The symbols are only as good, or should I say as bad, as my replacement canvas that I got for the one I'd just done. Now, the symbols look, I think this seems to be what the problem is, or what I've established now. After looking at these, it's you know, it's evening time as I'm filming this. It's 5:30. It is winter in the UK, so it has gone dark. I have my overhead lights on in the conservatory, the big light as we call it. I also have roof lights on. We have like a string of Christmas lights around the roof in the conservatory that also give extra light. So it's a very well lit room. We're not talking a little lamp. My light pad on that goes on underneath is set at quite dull. I don't want it blinding me. I just want to be able to see, and turning it up doesn't make it any better. Where the problem lies is the symbols that they use white on top. So of all the symbols, so let me go for this one first. So for example here, 924, where you have the arrow or chevron symbol on, you have the symbols white and then the image behind the back, but then of course that L is a black symbol on it. The problem seems to lie where they have the white symbol. It's like they're putting it on colours that are too pale. So I did really find that number 924 with the chevron that I just showed you was hard to make out as a blue. What was also really bad, and I'm trying to find one higher up so that I can show you. There was one that was really quite hard to work out. The chevron one was a bit like my last one, that you sort of could figure it out. This is the one that was really bad on this canvas, is this upside down letter T. So while the background colour is a very dark colour, because it's a round, they have lightened the inside part, which actually makes it a light colour, and they've put a very small white symbol on it. And it was really, really hard to see. I mean, to show you on the sticker sheet, where is that symbol? Here. So that one is actually 3799. It's this one here. That is really hard to see on this canvas. It actually has a blue tinge on here. So yeah, the verdict seems to be that it is actually the symbols that they choose to use that are the problem more than the canvas. It should be primarily, by the looks of it, that they, if their symbols are white, it should be the big things like the dots on the black. The likes of these chevron symbols that they're using in white, nah. Either put them on the canvas in black, or if you can't see them being in black, then don't use them. Use something else. That seems to be my verdict. If I was doing this in the UK summer, when I didn't need my light pad, then I can see the symbols. But many diamond painters use a light pad, especially in the evening when it's dark, when you're working in artificial light. You know, you need it to not have that constant strain on your eyes, and other companies can do it. So I don't know why that hasn't been fixed with Dreamer Designs yet. say canvases are nice, but it's obviously not the canvas that's causing the problem. It's the symbols, especially these tiny chevrons and these upside down letter T's. They're just too thin to do them in white. They just get very blurred because the colour behind the white isn't strong enough. I think that's what it is, because the colour behind the white is actually pale. You've got two pale colours with a light shining through. You just can't see it. Those that the symbols are in black, absolutely perfect. Can see those beautifully, can see them crystal clear. You know, even the between the number 1 and the letter J, they're crystal because they're black on a light colour. There's just not enough contrast on the thin white symbols. There is not enough contrast to see. So I will need to bear that in mind in relation to these images. I still love these images. They are going in my stash, but I don't think they are a winter project. I think they will only be a summer project. I am not putting myself through, not that it is that kind of hardship, but I am not going to sit there and in effect have that struggle with a symbol, especially when I've not had chance yet to figure out, while I can see which symbols having a look over are really hard to see, you know, I haven't yet got the symbols in my head constantly and correlated them properly so that I, you know which symbol it is. I can't see straight away, excuse me, because a couple of them are blue. They're both blue. They're different shades of blue, and I can see the different shades on the light pad, but I don't know which one's which. So even when I was looking at the canvas, I had to constantly take it off the light pad to try and then squint and figure out what the symbol was, to put it back on the light pad and go, okay, it's the lighter colour of the two, or it's the darker colour. So I think these, if I do them as summer projects, when I don't need my light pad, I will enjoy them. It was also the same with this one. Again, it's the number 666 with this pale T. In fact, let me pull this up. This is just easier to get closer to the camera. So this 666 with a small T, that is actually quite pale on here, and it's quite small on here. In fact, the symbol looks a lot smaller than it does on the sticker sheet. So this red letter T, there's one here, two more, but then it's also next to what looks like an upside down T, but I think is actually an arrow, and they're both white based. They're hard to see. The other one was also that chevron again, and there was another one further down here. This one I think I could figure out just. I couldn't have told you what that shape was. To me, that's the staple shape, like off a stapler that you pin papers together. It's like a mini staple. The other really bad one on here, and you can probably actually see it if I do it sideways, is underneath here you have this. It's actually a letter L, so if you tilt your head to the right, the canvas would be the right way up. But even now in my spotlights, that letter L is quite hard to see because the background behind it is pale. It should be a black symbol, and I think that's the biggest problem that they have, is that they are using white symbols when the background colour is not dark enough, and it can take a black symbol, and then you would be able to see it perfectly fine. So yeah, I am a little disappointed that the problem as such is not fixed. I have very good eyesight close up, I'm short-sighted, so I need my glasses for driving. I don't wear them at all for close-up. Don't have my phone screen any bigger. Perfectly fine doing anything intricate, cross-stitch, all the rest of it. I can thread a needle perfectly with it right next to my eyes. So it is not my eyesight. And in effect, I could possibly do this with no light pad, with just the overhead light on in my room. I actually did quite a few diamond paintings before I even got a light pad. However, I know it is not good for my eyes, and it is it's a different type of concentration, and while I could do it, it's not the same. It is a lot more of a relaxing and enjoyable hobby if I use the light pad when it is dark outside and I'm on artificial light. So yeah, I'm disappointed. However, I do love the images themselves, and these just need to be summer projects for me. I can only do them when it is not dark at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I need to wait until our days last until nearer 10 p.m. because at least then I will be about to wrap up diamond painting by the time I can't see them properly anymore. But yeah, I will write a nice email to Dreamers Designs to let them know that I am finding that I still and do have a problem with their canvases. I'm looking here, even just normal distance away, not even, you know, just it's on the table. I can't tell what that is supposed to be unless it's supposed to just be a line. It is supposed to just be a line. It is a very fuzzy line in that one. I can see the purple, but the actual line is very, very fuzzy. It's not a crisp white line. And I think if that was a black symbol, it would be fine. Anyway, okay, I'm a little bit disappointed. So I am going to pack these up for a future summertime project. And I will email Dreamers Designs and let them know that I have got 2 canvases. I am going to keep hold of them. However, their symbol quality has not improved in the last 2 years since I did the last one. And yeah, I'll thank you all for staying through this video if you have, to find out the outcome, and I will speak to you all again soon.